my channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise. I'm proud mum to 2 adult children. Blossom, who doesn't live with us anymore, Corey, who does, and I've got 2 dogs, Chip and Dal, who are down at my feet. You'll probably hear them moving around and stuff at some point, so just in case you hear some strange noises, it'll probably be the dogs. So my channel is mainly a haul every Saturday at 5 o'clock. I do occasionally do bits in between. I've been struggling recently, but I'm trying to try and pick it up, just like, you know, my life, maybe different hauls that I might do at different shops, or some decorating, some gardening, just random, you know, everyday type stuff. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, you enjoy today, don't forget to subscribe down below, give me a like, comment, share. It all helps to get the algorithm going and promote my channel, so that would be really nice. This week we have a budget of £60. Didn't hit that, which is good. I don't hit it often. I mean, we're on £43 I hit this week, which seems to be about the average. It's usually a little bit over or a little bit under the £40 mark, which is good because we have money to play with, and with our price hikes going on, you know, with our energy rises that happened officially yesterday, all started, I may need to reduce my food budget. That might be the way we have to go. We'll see. Only went to Asda. Everything was fine. Food stocks were pretty good. Didn't really need a lot of stuff. Corey's not been very well this week, so he's not really eaten an awful lot. So there was a lot of things that we still have the freezers pretty stocked up. He just asked for a couple of things, which I did manage to get. Let's get on with the haul. I'll just tell you about it as we go along. So we always start off with the fresh food section. I didn't need an awful lot. Like I said, I've had salad now for 2 weeks and it's still good. Honestly, I do not look at all these dates. I just go by smell and touch and look. That's the heating. It is really cold. Been freezing all morning, dogs have been freezing, so we're just trying to get the temperature up a little bit so we can bear it. So broccoli this week, I thought I'd get some. It's good for the dogs' meals, they really enjoyed it, and I'm thinking of maybe doing like a mini roast type thing for me and Corey. This is 50p at the moment, and I didn't really want to get loads of potatoes because the only thing that I can think I'm really going to need it for would be for the roast potatoes. So I just picked up a little 4-pack. These are supposed to be the large baking potatoes. They're not very large baking potatoes. I wouldn't be very pleased if I had one of those on the plate, if that's all I was having as my main part of the meal. But these are only 42p for the packet. And I picked myself up a mango. This is very unusual. I don't even know what I'm looking for in a mango. I actually saw some lady was there and she was sifting through, so it looked like she knew what she was doing. So I just went for one that looked like what she was picking up. That's really bad. It says it's ready to eat. I thought it would be softer. It's quite hard. I don't know. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I just saw somebody eating a mango on YouTube and made me want some. Haven't had it for the longest time, so hopefully I still like it. You know how taste buds change as you get older? And I actually found some baby spinach for a change that actually is edible. Most of the time I go for the spinach and it's all wilted already in the packet, so I wouldn't even bother. But I do like spinach. It makes me feel so much better. It's got high magnesium, and with fibro it definitely makes a difference to me. I don't know if it does to anybody else that has it. We got the 4 pint of semi-skim milk. That seems to be what me and Corey are getting through at the moment. We go through phases where we go through a little bit more, a little bit less. This is sort of our mark. 4 pints does us for the week. And I always have my coffee here. This is still 70p, strangely enough. Nobody's looked at the coffee. It's 70p still, no price hikes going on here, which is awesome. Absolutely love it. Somebody actually did say to me that they tried it and they are now a convert, which is great. So, you know, I'm only going to give you my honest opinion on things. If you try them and enjoy them, great. And if you don't enjoy them, we're all different. So just when I recommend things, it's my taste buds I'm recommending it with. Again, this is a regular now, the chicken thigh portions. 1.1 kilogram for £1.82. This is the dog food. I'm actually just dumping the whole packet in. I think that was just because I got lazy, so I just opened the packet and dumped it in. But with the prices going the way they're going with things, I might start taking maybe one out every week and freezing that, so then like every few weeks we'll have an extra portion. But that's a really, really good price for that. I got Corey some bacon. I tend not to get bacon that often, and it's my fault I don't get it. Corey enjoys it. Corey's a very meaty person. I'm not really into meat at all. It's making me, I just don't enjoy it at all. And I know that I hate the smell of bacon. Never used to, but I do. So I tend not to buy bacon too often, just because I don't like the smell of it when he's cooking it. That's terrible, isn't it? But he wants, we was talking about the roast dinner. And he did mention about doing a green bean casserole, which actually isn't a green bean casserole. It's basically just bacon chunks, green beans and cheese. So it's not a casserole, but he enjoys it. So I thought I'd pick him up, I'll treat him, put myself out for these people. Again, this is another one that's actually turning my stomach, even picking this thing up. This is how much I love my dogs. So I know chicken livers are good. Chicken livers are good for the dogs. Very, very high in nutrients, but it's very, very rich. So I'm going to have to research this one to find out how much they're actually allowed. And I know I'm going to have to portion this up. But it's just going to be that one-time thing. I'm just going to have to... Don't know how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to weigh it all out, put it in individual packets and freeze it. So then when I do the slow cooker meal, I just got to take a packet out and put it straight into the slow cooker. I haven't got to deal with it anymore. So this is actually £1.54. Normally it was in the reduced section for £1.31. And yeah, that I'm really I'm not looking forward to doing that at all. But I will, because I love my dogs. Oh, okay, so Corey asked for some barbecue sauce. We usually have this in stocks. I wish I'd stocked up more now because this is a big price hike. Now, most of the time it's only a few pence, and alright, as it adds up through the shop, it's quite bad. But this is 16p. That's a lot in one go. So this was 84p before. It's now £1. That's so much. I was really shocked. I did not expect that much. I'm expecting a few pence on everything, but not that much. So yeah, that one really did surprise me. Got another tuna. Don't need it, but I'm just thinking ahead. Let's just get our stocks up whilst we can. I've got about 4 or 5 of these at the moment. We don't really go through them that much, but I did mention a tuna bake to Corey the other day. It's just because he's got the cold and he said his taste buds just aren't up to par and he wouldn't enjoy it as much. But I'm going to be doing a tuna bake this week, whether he has one or not, because I really fancy a tuna bake, so I'm going to go with that. We got 2 spaghetti loops. It's 38p now, so it's gone up 3p a tin. But I was thinking, you know, like, spaghetti on toast is such a cheap meal. And we may need to start thinking of cheaper meals as things go along. Things aren't bad at the moment, but I'm just contemplating what's going to happen because it's all official as of yesterday and it's freaked me out a tad, I have to admit. And we're not even there yet. I got a pot noodle for myself. Now these are 60p at the moment. I only ever buy them when they're on a reduced deal and I really have been fancying this. I should have got more than one, but I know if I get more than one this week, I'm just going to eat them because they're sitting there. So that's the only reason I only picked one of them up. But I really fancied the sweet and sour. And I got a tin of kidney beans for the dogs for their meals. This is 30p for a tin. I do want to get the dried. It was just a strange shop and I didn't go anywhere but Asda. And I couldn't find the dry beans. I assumed they had them, but they only had one type and it wasn't anything that I know. Couldn't even tell you what they're called now, but they were little tiny things. They look more like lentils than beans. Somebody did tell me where to get them and I really do appreciate it. It was just this week it struggled just to get this shop done. So picked up another cheese. I do have a whole slab in the fridge, but it's just to keep my stocks going. This is £3.65 still for an 825 gram slab, extra mature, and this is a very, very good one for a cheaper brand. And I found, now this was just a total coincidence. So this was in the tin section where they have, in my Asda, I don't know if it's in all Asdas they put things in the same sort of spots, but in the tin aisle they have a little section with the like vegan foods and stuff. And I found this. Now this is 80p and it's dried soy mint, so you just add water to it, bulk it up. I was going to get some frozen mints and they're a couple of quid normally. This was 80p for this. So I thought it's worth giving it a go because if it ends up, once it's hydrated, to be the same type of thing, I'm the only one who's going to eat it anyway. I could freeze the other half of it if it turned... I did look everywhere. It doesn't tell you how many portions it is when it's bulked out. I'm feeling like it's probably 2. But for 80p, and that was a full price, I thought that was pretty good. That may be a regular if it comes out well. I'd seen this one advertised, didn't actually think I'd find it in Asda. This is the banana split flavour yoghurt. This is the Muller, 60p for this. It's a limited edition one. I've had the banana and custard one, I really enjoy that. Now normally I would have picked up one for Corey as well, but like I said, he said his taste buds aren't that great, so I didn't want to waste it on him if he can't really taste it. I'll try and pick one up for him next week, hopefully. He'll be feeling better by then. It actually says real chocolate in there as well. I'm quite excited to try that one. So yeah, That is literally the only reason I picked that one up to try, because it's limited edition, it's new. Now, chocolate. I knew I was going to get some chocolate. I was going to go just cheap and cheerful. Strangely enough, there was a few bits of the shelf that were empty where the biscuits were, and it was just really, really busy today, and I struggled just to get these. I was getting irritated with people, I have to admit. I think they were getting irritated with me as well. So I just picked up the Bourbons because they always go down well, and they're only 38p. It's way, way cheaper than buying chocolate. But like I said, I've been getting a little bit anxious about bills and stuff, and I thought, well, sod it, I'm going to buy myself some chocolate. Pound for this one, Dairy Milk Caramel. That's the only reason I picked it up. It was, you know, sometimes it's like that. Don't go shopping when you're hungry. Also, don't go shopping when you're not in the right frame of mind either. Got the caramel biscuit things again. This is the Asda's version of a Twix. It's really, really good. 65p, way cheaper than the Twix. Cheese and bean bakes. I bought these quite a few weeks ago, actually. Probably more than a few weeks, maybe a couple of months ago. These are £1 for 4, which is good, but I actually did eat. You have to eat 2 of them. You can't really eat one of them because they are smaller, which obviously they're going to be smaller. They're cheap. What did surprise me actually was I didn't want to wait to eat them. So I actually split the pastry and opened it up so it could cool down quicker. There was barely anything in it. I mean, I really am a fan of pastry, so I wasn't that disappointed. But it says cheese and beans, and okay, technically it's cheese and beans, but there was only like 3 or 4 in the middle. So if you're expecting a good chunky filling for this, don't get it. Get the more expensive one. But for Corey and me, this works for us, and it's a cheap and cheerful thing to sit in the freezer, isn't it? And I got my bread. This is 58p. This is your basic white loaf of bread. Decent. I always mention, whilst I'm here at this point, that Tesco's does one that's the same packaging. I think it's 60 or 65p, but it's way, way better in taste. It's like the same colour and everything, so you'll know which one I'm on about if you wanted to try it. But if you tried that and this, you could definitely tell the difference. Corey's Dr Peppers, these are £1.70 I believe at the moment, or 2 for £3. This is just a regular thing that Corey always has. And yes, I picked up a couple more of the lemonades because they're still 10p. There's only like a little shelf in the corner. I don't think people are paying attention. I might have gone a little bit nuts this week, and on my way home from work every day I have gone in and bought a bottle. So we do have a whole shelf of them in the hallway at the moment. But like I said before, this is the brand that I would have gone for anyway. 10p though. Can't not. Like in the summer, you know, if ever we actually do get some sun in England, this would just be really nice to have that in the garden. I've just got it in my head. I got another Asda's own ready salted crisps. Always rave about these. They're just like the perfect consistency of crunch and salt, and they're just really, really good. These have gone up again. They only went up recently, so I'm surprised they've gone up again already. They're now 93p, so that's an extra 3p on the crisps as well for those ones, but they are really, really good. And I got this, I've been getting McCoy's the past few weeks. Corey asked a couple of weeks ago for McCoy's, and they're doing these for $1.75 for one packet, or you can get 3 for $3.50, and that is quite expensive for me, but they're really, really good, and I've been eating them as well, and Corey and I are both just really into salt and vinegar, which is quite surprising, because Corey's not really a salt and vinegar type person. He wouldn't normally go for that flavour, but he specifically said that's the flavour he would eat more of, so I just picked up 3 of the same ones this week for that reason. And frozen stuff, like I said, I really didn't need much. Corey just asked for pizzas, so I picked up these 2. Now these are the thin crust. Do have to pay a little bit more. You can get the what do they call it? Okay, my mind's gone blank. The fatter crust, thick crust. I think it's thick crust for 90p. For the thin crust, you're paying £1.30 unless you get just the cheese one. They do a plain cheese one that is 66p. I know Corey's not, he would just sit there, he wouldn't eat it, so I picked up the flavoured ones. So we got a ham and pineapple this week and a double pepperoni, because I did buy Corey the barbecue chicken for the past few weeks, so I just thought something different. They also do a spicy meat feast. Now I didn't get that for Corey because it's got jalapenos, and they've cut up finely and stuffed in between things. If there were big chunks on top, I would have got it, but Corey does not like jalapenos at all. He would pick it off if it's big chunks, like I said, but it was cut up too small, so I didn't get that. So just in case you wanted to try them, they do a spicy meat feast as well. And I picked up some butternut squash for the dogs. These are £1.30 or £1.35. My mind's gone blank on it at the moment. These one of those two. This is just to go in their meals. We didn't really need anything else for the dogs because they have so many of the other things. Oh, I missed something. Oh, I'm terrible. So yeah, the dogs' food. I picked up only 2 this week. Like I said, I did go a bit nuts with the rice, so I didn't get through all of the dog foods that I bought last week. So I just got a chicken and lamb and the chicken, turkey and chicken, and these are 60p each at the moment. I also did buy this. Now this is the Ignatia. I'm thinking I said that right, pronounced that right. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's Ignatia, and it's a cold and flu relief. Now, like I said, Corey, he gets colds very, very regular. If you've been here for a while, you're probably thinking, yeah, she's always saying he's got a cold. And this is supposed to be very good. I'm going to research it properly just to make sure, but I've got it for him for now to use. But I think you take the Ignatia even when you haven't got a cold to prevent you getting it, I think. Now, these are 30 tablets in this. I haven't looked, and I would assume it's going to be one or two a day for £3. So we'll just see how this goes. Yeah, that's the only reason I picked that one up as well. He didn't need anything else. He's not really taking cold and flu relief because he's just used to it at this point. So that's our shop this week. I did get everything off the list. I didn't really have much of a list. I'm struggling to make a decent list, I think, because we just have so much stocks. We have so much stock that I don't really have like a proper list. A lot of people have like a big good list, but it's only me and Corey and the dogs. But I still feel like, looking at that, I didn't get so much for my money, but I guess that's probably the way it's going to be for a while now. We're going through a transition bit with finances in England at the moment. I'm assuming it's most places in the world, but it's just, I think with England right now, it's just hit yesterday, so anxiety's a little bit high. I'm going to sit down later on and go through me finances and figure out where we actually sit with things. But my food budget is, I would say, pretty high because I don't hit £60 for, I would say, is 60 high, would you say, for two humans and 2 dogs for a week, or is that about average? Yeah, oh, so I did think, actually, when we got to the Ignatia, I was thinking, I should have got Corey some balsam tissues, shouldn't I? He's gone through so many of them. So yeah, I would say that's the only thing that I didn't get was the tissues. Everything else I got. I hope you enjoyed the haul. I hope the prices help people out a bit. I do know from talking with other people that the prices do differ slightly, even though like it's still an Asda. In different areas of England, the prices do differ, and sometimes you can't get the products in other stores as well. So I mean, I'm only giving you what the price is and the products that I can get in my local Asda. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to go now, otherwise I'll ramble on about something that's not even relevant, because I have a habit of doing that. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. Try to keep warm. The heating's now going to go off because it's been on for an hour, so we're just going to have to deal wherever the temperature is right now. And yeah, apart from that, I hope you're having a lovely Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.